Hey, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jay. Glad you're here. You look great. Thanks for stopping by. I wanted to talk to you today about the Game Boy Advance specifically. Now, I picked up a couple of Game Boy Advance games at the Midwest Gaming Classic a couple of weeks ago, and they're great. I mean, they play great on my Game Boy Advance, but one of the things I really wanted to check out was how they performed on my Game Boy Player for my GameCube. And despite the fact that I love the GameCube controller, and I truly do love the GameCube controller, it's not really perfect for playing Game Boy games, and that is where this came in. See, about a month and a half ago, Retrobit sent this to me. This is the Legacy GC. This is a new standalone controller for the GameCube that has a standard GameCube plug that's designed specifically for Game Boy Advance games, and I wanted to kind of put it through its paces. So today we're going to look at 6 different games. We're going to take a look at this controller a little bit more in depth, and we are going to see what I think about it at the end. So what do you say? Let's take a look at the controller right now. So as you can see, it's got the standard GameCube layout for its buttons. You've got the large A, the small B, the X and Y kidneys. No thumbsticks to speak of, just a D-pad. Start and select down there, as well as a turbo and clear button. And if you look on the shoulders, you get the standard L trigger and R trigger, as well as a ZL and ZR for each side, which I think is pretty great. Aesthetically, it's really nice. It feels a lot like the Hori controller that was out for the GameCube at the time, and which is incredibly difficult to track down nowadays for a decent price. And this one here is only 20 bucks, and a $20 solution is something I am absolutely willing to take a shot at. So let's get over to the GameCube right now. We are going to take a look at something I just picked up at the Midwest Gaming Classic. This is Lilo and Stitch 2, Hamsterviel Havoc. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing this one. I've played it before, but this is the first time I've played it on the Game Boy Player, and we're going to see how this performs. Okay, 626, press B button to fire evil genius blaster gun. So let's see how this controller performs. Now, this is modeled similarly to the Hori pad that originally released with the GameCube, but this is one that, yeah, it's one that's not an exact duplicate, but it's good enough. You know, we're trying this out. I do like the work that Retrobit does. I think they make great products. So this is fun. This is nice to have, and the Hori pad now is so damn expensive. So I call this player-friendly Alien Hominid because it doesn't have quite the level of difficulty that the standard Alien Hominid game does on the GameCube, or the Game Boy version of it, which is also an incredibly difficult game. This one, though, this is a little more user-friendly, a little more easy to get through. And it kind of reminds me of Invincible Iron Man, actually, which I've talked about in the past. It's a great game. One of the things I like about this game a lot is that if you shoot down while you're jumping, it delays your fall. Sometimes cartoon physics are fun. That is level 2. All right, we are going to move on now to one of the best NES games of all time. All right, this, of course, is Super Mario Advance for Super Mario Bros. 3, and let's just hop right in. This is nice. This is a little bit twitchier than Lilo and Stitch was, so this is going to be a bit more unforgiving in that regard. Lakitu, no one likes you. Oh, especially me. Oh, terrible. Awful. Just ridiculous. I can actually play this game, I promise. Evidence to the contrary notwithstanding. The raccoon tail does make this a significantly less drama-filled level. When you can just float everywhere you want to go. A lot easier. Not hitting the stupid P block is nice too, because now I don't have to worry about... My God, Jay. My God, Jay! Don't fall off the edge now. Oh, this one's fun. I like this level. I like these guys. I don't remember what they're called, but they're neat. The guys that regurgitate lunch or whatever they are. But I'm always impressed at how good Super Mario Bros. 3 looks on the Game Boy Advance. But now we're going to switch gears a little bit, and actually switch gears. We are talking now about F-Zero. This is F-Zero GP Legend. So the first 2 games, we have Lilo and Stitch 2, we have Super Mario Bros. 3. This is going to be a little bit different test for this controller, because the F-Zero games are nothing if not extra responsive necessary. So we're going to put this thing through its paces with F-Zero GP Legend. I really haven't played this game yet, so this should be fun. Man, this is such a faithful feeling interpretation of the SNES original. Like, oh, the music's so good too. I mean, like, it's not a one-to-one of the SNES version, obviously, but still pretty good. Oh, hit a little bit hard there. That's all right. Not a fault of the controller, a fault of the driver. And one of the things I really like about this game is the attention to detail, like the rudders move when you go around a turn. Like, that's such a simple animation to add, but it adds so much realism to the game. Like, it's just clever. You know, it works. This feels great, though. Like, it's nice and responsive, nice and tight controls. It's, again, not a fault of the game, or not a fault of the controller that I'm doing as bad as I am. It's a fault of the player. Beautiful game. Great soundtrack. Excellent controls. All right, we took that corner nice for a change. That's a welcome change of pace. And boom, first place. I'll take that. Yes, I know it was on normal, and I know it wasn't on a difficult setting or a difficult track or anything like that, but I'm proud of me. You should be proud of me, too. See, this is a cool track. I already like this one. Oh, well, that wasn't a turn. Dummy! Oh, Jay, you big dingus. At least I didn't take a wrong turn that time. I wonder if the shoulder buttons would help on that turn there. So, like, help me drift a little bit. Oops. Oh, geez. Oh, boy. Physician, heal thyself! Oh, no, get off the wall. The drift did not help. That sucked. Not the controller. Controller's fine. Just me. I'm bad at this. All right, up next, we are going old school to the Pac-Man Collection. Really excited about this one. This is a fantastic collection. Lots of really great games on here. So just to run through, if you don't know this one, we have the Pac-Man arrangement, regular Pac-Man, Pac-Attack, Pac-Mania. I'm feeling a little bit like Pac-Mania. I really like Pac-Mania, so let's give that a play. Let's start now and see how this responds. So if you haven't played Pac-Mania, Pac-Mania is the one where you can jump, just like that. Jump over the ghosties and avoid getting, you know, killed, because that's what you want to do. It's a really fun game. I really like this one. It's a nice spin on traditional Pac-Man. It adds a little bit to it. And sometimes you look like you're in a Lego world, which is pretty cool. So I actually really like it. I think it's a very fun game. I think it's a very well-made game. As most classic Pac-Man games are in the grand scheme of things. But this one in particular is probably my favorite. Outside of Ms. Pac-Man, I think this is probably my favorite Pac-Man game. Now, it obviously, like every Pac-Man game, it does get a little bit faster and a little bit more progressively difficult the longer you play, because the ghosts will eventually move more quickly and will become a little bit more spontaneous in the way that they operate. All right, we got one or two more power pellets left. This is the tricky bit about Pac-Mania, is that sometimes it's hard to find the missing the missing pellets that you need to eat. So you gotta kind of just keep going around, keep figuring it out, and eventually you'll get there. So yeah, it's important when you jump in Pac-Mania that you can also angle yourself around corners, which will allow you to kind of change direction a little bit, which means you can get yourself over some of the more difficult or more rambunctious ghosts that are coming at you. As of right now, though, I've got pretty much everyone eating out of the palm of my hand, so we're just gonna nosh on some ghosties real quick, brah. Uh-oh. Got you all. Boom, baby. Plays great. Absolutely great. We are going to go to the main menu now, and we're going to play a little traditional Pac-Man real quick. What do you guys think? The reliability of the D-pad is imperative here. You want to make sure that you're actually cutting the corners the way they should be cut, and you're not going to get caught by the ghosts along the way. So this one is a little bit more responsive intensive, which is a nice workout for this controller. And, you know, one of the things that I often worry about with D-pads on controllers like this is that they're going to be too squishy, they're going to be unresponsive, and this one just isn't. It just is really solid, works really, really well, and it makes the games really fun to play. Like, that's really all you can ask for in a situation like this, is that does it make the games fun? Does it make the games enjoyable? And this succeeds. This gets there. All right, let's try some Mega Micro games now. We're going to Wario Ware. So this is one of my all-time favorite Game Boy Advance games. This is Wario Ware Mega Micro Games. This is actually the game that got me to buy a Game Boy Advance in the first place. There was a lot of games on it I liked, but this is the one that first made me go, aha, yes, I need that system. Oh no, no! All right, got one. There we go. All right. God, I love balloon fight. All right, so the reason, why WarioWare? Why am I choosing this one? Because it's frantic, and because it's going to give as much of a workout as possible to this controller. Because there's so many different things that you can do in this game that are just so ridiculously fast that you need to be really kind of taxing the controller, and it's great. Yeah, get in the hole. Got you. Bye-bye, Mother Brain. Uh-oh, boss game. Here we go. What do I have to do? I don't remember. Oh yeah, I like this, actually. One more. Got you! I don't think that actually counted, but we'll take it. Alright. We vacuumed. That's good. It's a secret to everybody. It's alright. It's okay. That was WarioWare, and this played great. I didn't play great, but the controller worked really well. So we're going to move on now to something that is not terribly controller intensive, but will give the D-pad a workout, if you understand what I'm saying here. We're going now to Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones. Now, why am I playing Fire Emblem? It's not a terribly intensive game as far as controls go, but one of the things that Retrobit specifically calls out on their website, and I'll show it here on the little bit of B-roll, is that this is perfect for tactical strategy games, and why not play my favorite, right? So let's hop in a game, let's take a look at this. We're going to get right into a fight, and let's try it out. And like I said, this isn't a terribly intensive game as far as like control systems go or anything like that, but it does actually you do actually want this to respond well. You want the lines to be straight. You don't want it to zigzag as you're trying to move your characters or anything like that. You actually want it to be fairly responsive in that regard, and so far so good. You're gonna break down the walls of Jericho. Alright, here we go. Oh, you're gonna throw an... That's not nice. Oh, that's just mean. Well, sorry, Ross. I got a bad feeling you're about to be dead. Seth will attack the archer. Seth will kill the archer, because that's what the Seth do. And, yeah, gains no experience because this is a weird time in Fire Emblem land where they were giving you these, like, incredibly overpowered characters at the start of the game that just kind of walked you through everything, which didn't make it terribly fun, but like Seth was one of them. There were some in some other games too that I'm not remembering off the top of my head, but that were just like amped up power-wise. It was kind of weird. Hit him about the head and neck. What? Right in the head. That works. And now our archer will come in and finish him off. Good job, Naimi. Whatever the hell your name is. Man, you guys steal my health potions? That's messed up. That is not cool. And slashy slash. You did. Look, this control is great. There's no issues whatsoever with how this is performing. Now, that's 6 for 6. This is a solid controller. Let's get back over to the chair and we'll go through some final thoughts. I gotta be honest with you. This is a spectacular controller. This is something that exceeded my expectations. Now, when I play GameCube games, or when I play Game Boy Advance games on my GameCube, I'm typically using the GameCube controller, which isn't ideal for Game Boy games. It's a little too full-featured, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't need full analog triggers or anything like that. I just need simple buttons I can press to actually make the games respond the way I want them to, and as much as I love the GameCube controller, it is not suited for Game Boy Advance games. But this one here, Legacy GC, is magnificent. And like I said, it is only a $19.99 option. It's a fantastic investment. If you have a Game Boy Player for your GameCube, this is something I strongly urge you to check out, because I do not think you'll be disappointed. It comes in Jet Black and Indigo, so you'll be able to match either American release for the GameCube. Let me know in the comments down below, is there anything else you want to see done with this controller? If you want to see me check something else out specifically, let me know. I'll be happy to do so. Until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.